This is the bed that I have my carrots in, among other things. But I started my carrots a little early, back in March 26th. And one of the varieties did actually pretty well. The one in the back is Purple 68 F1, which I got from a seed exchange. And that germinated really well, and it's doing pretty good. But this other one that I have here is called Pusa Aceta Black. And that also came from a seed exchange. Well, only, it looks like 3 of them out of the whole row ended up coming up. And one of them is really big. But I think the problem was that I probably started them too early, because it took a long time for them to germinate. So I have a bunch of space here in this row, and don't have any more of the Pusa Aceta, so I ended up planting another one called Little Finger, which also came from a seed exchange. But you can see the seedlings are just starting to come up, and I got those in just a couple days ago, so they germinated really fast. So I'm hoping those will do better. And also in the same bed as the carrots, I have my parsnips, which is the All-American variety. And as you can see here, I've only got 2 growing. So I also had a problem with germination, and I planted those around the same time as the carrots. And so I actually have more of those seeds, and those didn't come from a seed exchange. But I planted some more a few days ago, and they do generally take a little longer to germinate. So hopefully they'll germinate okay, since the weather's a lot warmer than it was when I started them originally. And also in this bed, you can see back here, obviously something bolted. That is the mustard, and I started that indoors around the same time as all my other greens. I didn't realize it, but I guess they can't really handle heat too well. So I didn't have these in the ground for more than a few weeks, and then they started bolting. So I've eaten a little bit of them, but really it's more just chicken food right now. And I have 3 different varieties, and 2 of them are bolted pretty, you can tell, pretty heavily. But the other one in the back here, it hasn't bolted yet, but I'm just waiting for it to. That's the Southern Giant variety. I actually prefer that variety more than these other 2. So we'll see how long that one takes to bolt, and that'll probably become chicken food too. But from what I've read, it looks like these are better started in the fall. So I still have some seeds, so I'll probably try that again. And hopefully we have better luck later in the season. I had 3 different varieties of radishes growing here in my lettuce bed. And unfortunately, they all got eaten by some type of worm. I'm not sure what kind it is, but a lot of them either didn't form. You can see here, it's pretty much eaten all up, and I've been able to spot what's been eating them, and I'll have to look it up to see what kind of bug or worm that is. But I only got to eat a couple of these before they started getting eaten up. So I think the only thing I can do is try planting them again in a different location in the garden. So I've already got some planted of a different variety. Here's my cabbage. I have 2 different varieties, Early Jersey and Copenhagen. And they were doing really well for a while, but as you can see, they're starting to get eaten up by something. I've pulled a slug off of a couple of them and snails, so I'm not sure if that's the only thing that's eating them up or not. But some of them are more heavily damaged than others. And this is the first time I've tried growing cabbage, and I'm thinking it may be the last, because they do take up quite a bit of room, and you only get 1 head off of each one, so I'm not sure it's really worth it, plus all the things that like to eat the cabbage. So I think next year I'll try something different.